Now you know how to crystal grid for manifestation. Let's talk about gridding your space. So this can be your home, a specific room in a home, your office, or really anywhere that you want to bring specific emotions or feelings or energies into that area. So the number one rule here is to follow your intuition. The crystals will tell you where they want to go. I usually place crystals either on bedside tables or in corners or on windowsills, and I make shapes with them as if I were looking from a bird eye view. I make symmetrical shapes. Now, that is just what I like to do because I feel that their energy is being pulled from one to the other, and I like to exist within that space. But follow your gut on what feels right for you. You can bring about so many different energies by using crystals in your space. For example, you might want to bring some more passion and romance into the bedroom. You might want to use citrine and rose quartz for that. Maybe in the kitchen, you're trying to develop some healthy habits, so you want to use selenite to elevate the vibration of your food. Maybe you have kids who are driving you crazy that are always arguing, so you'll put some blue lace agate and some rose quartz and some selenite and maybe some celestite and maybe even a black tourmaline in the living room to bring some balance and harmony into that area. So really, you can use crystals for anything that you want. Let them speak to you to tell you which ones are going to help amplify that energy. You're also welcome to look at your categories list for a starting point, or email me at any time and I'd be happy to guide you on how to use crystals in your home. But let's dive into the steps. It's very similar to creating a crystal grid using a template. However, you're just going to amplify it and make it bigger. So number one, you want to write down your intention. If you don't want to place this intention somewhere in your home, that's okay, but I still recommend writing it down just to outwardly put it into the universe. Then you're going to choose your crystals. Again, intuitively choose your crystals and also relying on their healing properties, what they're responsible for. For example, like I said with the bedroom, maybe I want some more passion, I'll use citrine. Maybe I want some loving and tenderness, then I'll bring in some rose quartz, right? Because I know that those crystals are responsible for those healing properties. Next, you're going to cleanse your space, so similar to your template. This time though, you need to cleanse extra well the entire space. So if it's your whole home, go ahead and set some time aside to do that. If it's just a room, same thing. And this is a great place to use sage and Palo Santo to really cleanse out any heavy energies or stagnant energies that might be in the way. And then you're gonna go down into your crystals as well and make sure that they're nice and cleansed and ready to be used for you. Okay, then you're gonna say your prayers, so you mindfully set your intention, maybe speaking it out into the universe. If you live with other people or a partner or even your family, asking them if they wouldn't mind doing this with you and bringing everybody who lives in this space together. This is not a necessary step, but it can be really beautiful to do all together, and also to bring everybody on the same page for what the goal, what the manifestation is that you're hoping to bring about. Next, you're gonna lay your crystals. So this is, again, where you really wanna trust your intuition. Personally, I have crystals, I have selenite on every single one of my windowsills because I feel that it helps keep the energy moving through my home and it cleanses it as it comes in and as it goes out. Additionally, it raises the vibration of the energy in my entire home and it just makes me feel really safe. I also have a separate selenite grid in my room, so that has a triangle shape. So I have one in front of my bed on kind of a bookshelf, I have one above my head where I sleep, and then one on the windowsill. So it's creating a triangle shape, bringing harmony and balance and protection and high vibrational energy into my room. It helps me sleep really well and really soundly. So those are just some examples of how I grid my space, but that is a more broad grid, right? I want high vibration and cleansed energy in my home. But let's say I want to bring, like I said earlier, protection. Then I might use a black onyx, a black tourmaline, probably a selenite again, and maybe a pyrite, and I would put them all over my home. Now, with the manifestation templates, I said that it's not quite necessary to have multiple of the same crystal. However, when gridding your space, I do recommend having multiple of the same crystal to bring that intention about. So usually I recommend at least 3 of the same crystal and creating triangle shapes in your home. So you might put 3 black onyx here, here, and here. And this is your property line, right? So on the outer edge of your property line, on the outer edge of your property line, on the outer edge of your property line, to create from a bird's eye view a triangle. Then you might want to use the black tourmaline to create another triangle. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So you're almost creating the Star of David grid in your home from your different crystal shapes, right? So that is how I would recommend if you want to manifest in your home at least 3 of the same crystal. You can purchase really tiny ones for not too large of an investment, so recommend looking into that. Etsy is a great place to buy crystals, as well as gem fairs if they come to your area. So again, we're going back to laying your crystals, just intentionally laying them down. Then you're going to activate. So similarly to your manifestation grid, you're going to activate these with a clear quartz point. Now, this takes a little bit of time. If you are doing it with a partner or your family or anybody you live with, I recommend doing this together. You don't both have to hold the quartz point, but maybe just walking around together and touching each of the crystals together. You might want to go around your property line, or you might want to connect the specific crystals together. For example, I might go and connect my black onyx to my black onyx to my black onyx, and then maybe my black tourmaline to my black tourmaline to my black tourmaline, and then maybe I'll do a big selenite circle around the outside. Or you can simply go around your property line, whatever works best for you. Again, follow your intuition. After you've activated your grid, you're going to let the magic happen. I highly recommend using selenite if you are going to grid your space and your home, because selenite can help to cleanse any energies from the crystals that you've placed. And so this is going to make it so that you don't have to activate your grid as often. So the selenite, right, will cleanse out any heavy energies from the crystals as well as your space, and therefore they're going to be high functioning for a longer period of time. You will start to feel when your grid needs to be shifted or moved or reactivated. So just pay attention to that. See if the energy is shifting in your home, and if you need to do any kind of moving of the crystals or reactivation with your clear quartz point or anything that feels right for you. You might also want to switch some of your crystals out. So maybe you decide, okay, the black onyx is really starting to get heavy now. It did its job. Let's change it up. Let's put some blue lace agate where the black onyx was. And I'm gonna raise the vibration of all the clearing that was done. So again, just pay attention to what feels right for you. And it's really going to help to boost the energy inside of your home and bring about all of the manifestation that you're hoping for.